Hello, everyone. Welcome to A Fistful of Dice. My name is Matt, and you're watching attempt number 3 at starting this stream. OBS refused to cooperate, so we're going to do this old school and go with a Google Hangout. So technically, this is not really a chill prep because we're listening to music, but you guys can't hear it, which is a bummer. But we'll do what we can here. So hopefully you guys can hear me. Hopefully you can see me. Hopefully everything works. You can see I'm joined by Barker of Be a Better Game Master. He's hanging out with me today here in my house, and we're having a good day.
Yeah, we are. I think so.
Yeah.
I ate a crisp burrito earlier.
Yes.
And broke my diet, and I'm going to feel terrible later, but right now I feel great.
And we're actually, we're going to go meet Nate of WASD 20 for dinner tonight. So pretty exciting stuff. It's going to be a good day.
Also, I can see and hear you perfectly.
It's like you're here.
It's very realistic.
That's how well I can see you.
I'm actually broadcasting live from my suspended green room in New Mexico. This is an optical illusion. This is a hologram, is what they're called.
You're flying around like Baron Harkonnen and Dune. You're like, like on wires.
Yeah, exactly like in Dune.
Take a drink.
Like in Dune. Oh, yeah.
So, we're drinking Izzy sparkling juice. It's so good. It's blackberry. It's mostly juice, but it's also a lot of other things like sugar.
Mm-hmm. So I am bobbing to some sweet tunes. Some sweet tunes. Welcome to Chill Prep. The music is so lo-fi, it's almost like you can't hear it at all. But you can guess what it sounds like by watching me dance.
Just listen to your own music and then pretend that Barker is dancing to it.
Yep.
So in this stream, we're just going to be hanging out. We're going to be answering your questions. We're going to be talking about RPGs. We're going to be talking about world building, whatever happens to come up. If we want to do some examples of stuff, we can do a screen share and show you guys in like a Google Doc or something. But for now, we're just going to hang out and kind of talk about RPGs. So let's see what we got in the chat. We got what you looking at? Josh Glisson's in the chat. Rob Daniels says, congrats on the Ennies nod, gents. Thank you very much, Rob. We appreciate that, man. Yeah, really cool that we are included with some awesome people in that category. So Mom's the Nerd, Taylor is here. Fortnite Gamer is here, and he said, you all right, mate? I don't know, man. Cameron Desert King, let's try this again. Chill mode, activate. Charlie K says he's currently binging Provoker's Campaign 2. Cool. Awesome, dude. Very cool.
That last session was probably my favorite session of the whole series so far, and definitely the coolest one for Tim's character.
It was very Kristoff centric. Yep. So maybe for the entirety of this stream, you can just tell me how much you loved the last session.
I think that's great.
For like an hour and a half.
I will whisper compliments into your ear while you talk.
Okay. I can't talk as I'm listening to these compliments.
You are worthy. You are not immortal. You have a nice place too.
I do. It's all right. It's okay.
I think it's great.
It's kind of a mess right now.
Can they see that? No, they see
They see a little bit.
They see my backpack.
They see like a pile of pillows over here.
Yes.
Those are pillows. We tried to donate those pillows. Did you know Goodwill cannot accept pillows?
Who?
Goodwill cannot accept pillows.
Lice and bed bugs.
Yeah,
and stuff
because
like
you can't really clean pillows.
No.
So
I didn't know that. A pillow. You
burn it.
Burn it. I was gonna.
Got him. I slipped in there right before he could. So, what kind of questions do you guys have about RPGs? I think I want to start things off here by having Barker tie a headphone jack to his shorts
with a binder clip.
I wanted to talk about AtCon stuff because I'm really excited about AtCon. For those of you not in the know, AtCon is it is annual now. We can officially say it's our annual because it has happened more. It's going to happen more than 1 year.
Yes.
So we can say it's our annual convention.
This is our annual convention.
Second annual convention.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's our second annual tabletop gaming convention here in Tacoma, Washington.
Mm-hmm. We could also call it our second inaugural, and just why not?
Every year's inaugural.
It's brand new every time.
Brand new.
It is brand new in a lot of ways.
Expect.
This time, because we have 3 days, we're hanging out for
3 days instead of 1.
We're hanging out at a cool bar,
yes,
like a tap room.
Mm-hmm.
We're hanging out at Point Defiance Park. Ooh,
yes.
Ooh, That's going to be fun.
That's going to be really fun.
And we are launching ourselves in a rocket into space, which is new.
I don't think you mentioned that to me, so that's news to me as well.
Oh,
that's inaugural news to me.
See, there it is. All right, well, it's inaugural for you. Forbidden Lore says Barker is like the opposite of the old tradition of having a slave tell the Roman emperor to remember that they are going to die eventually. This is a true fun fact in history.
That's really cool.
And it's not just emperors, it's Roman generals when they came back to celebrate triumphs, which is like a huge parade through Rome, tons of money spent with floats and spoils of war and whatnot. There's someone who's hired to stand there and whisper in the general's ear, remember that you are mortal.
I feel like I could do that job.
I think you got it. I don't trust myself.
I feel like I could just be like the general will be like, man, that was so great today. Battle was glorious. We won. And I'll be sitting there with like a carafe of wine. And I'll just be like, you're going to die someday, dude.
Just enjoy it now.
And he's I'm officially sanctioned party pooper.
Yeah. I'd be too tempted to be like, butts. And just see what he does, you know? I don't know. I didn't know many Roman generals.
But he'd probably enjoy that.
Butts.
So yeah, this is like a pre-AtCon party. Yeah, Barker's here for a few weeks.
Yes, I'm actually going to be up here all of July.
That's so awesome.
We leave for one weekend to go to Los Angeles to watch a soccer game, and then we leave.
You're going to go to Los Angeles specifically for a soccer game?
Yes.
Who's playing?
Tottenham Hotspur versus.
Those are made up words. Those
aren't
real.
Dude, man, it's my improv. I'm testing my improv. Spurs, go Spurs, and Barcelona FC are playing. I think it's like an exhibition match in the Rose Bowl Stadium.
Okay,
so we get to go.
That's cool.
Yeah,
it is pretty
really
awesome.
Cool.
Actually, I didn't know you were doing that.
Yeah,
can I come? Or?
This is inaugural information for you. Yeah. So can I? Do you have a plane ticket? An extra one?
Yeah. Do you just have an extra like $600 laying?
Join us, dude.
So at AtCon this year, I'm actually not running anything that I know of. I'm going to bring some books in case I want to run like a quick pickup game of like Mecha Hack or D&D or something like that. But I'm going to have Barker. What are you running? Let's talk about it. Dread. He's running Dread.
Yep. I am running Dread. You know what? It's funny. I don't usually run Dread. I usually run Jenga role-playing. Which is my own version of Dread, where I forget the rules and we just play Jenga.
This is a fairly big book for a game that is essentially pull a block to do a thing.
Yes. So a lot of this book is actually stories, sample stories and stuff like that. There are also.
I've never looked at this. I bought this for you. I've never looked at it.
Yeah. Take a look. There are a lot of cool. So a big part of the actual game of Dread is based on a questionnaire, questions that you ask the players, and you kind of collaborate on who these characters are. Also, another fun mechanic, which I like to use, is that before the game starts, everyone has to pull, it's like 5 blocks per person or 4 blocks per person or something, depending on how many people there are.
At the beginning of the game.
Yeah, to make it difficult.
Right.
But yeah, it's for people who don't know, it's the carnival ride of RPGs, in my opinion. I think it's
That's
not
apt. Yeah.
It's not like I wouldn't say it's the best RPG, but I think it does what it's supposed to do better than any other RPG does what they're supposed to do.
Yeah, that's a fair assessment. I would say I've played Dread twice, both times with you. The first time was the space game that we played.
Yes,
and I died almost immediately. I was a sleeper agent, but I died.
Yes,
remember that? And then
which is really anticlimactic. Have you ever seen a movie where the sleeper agent dies immediately and it's like, oh, I'm a sleeper agent?
If they did, I'd be like, wow, what a twist.
Credits. Yeah, what a twist.
Credits. And then the second time was at AtCon last year when you ran Walking Dread. Which is it's such an awesome idea. Basically, Barker it's like a marathon session of Dread. Barker runs Dread for like 8 hours straight, and you just walk up if you don't have something to do, and you play until your character dies or until you have to go do something else. And it's an awesome way for people who don't have something to do to be like, what's this awesome thing happening over here? And oh, hey, it's Barker running Dread for 9 people. So
and last year the game was set in my hometown, like this rural area inside a school, and there's a gas station. It was very much like The Walking Dead. You know, zombies. And this year it's going to take place on a colony ship.
Oh, so cool.
Traveling through space, just this massive colony ship. And things are not quite as they should be. So
yeah, sci-fi horror is one of my favorite like mixed genres. So I'm excited to maybe pop in and play for a few minutes.
What is your favorite sci-fi horror right now?
My favorite sci-fi horror is probably Alien.
Cool. Yep.
I'm also a big fan of. I really like Event Horizon.
I was going to say Event Horizon.
Yep. Event Horizon is very like space Cthulhu, and Alien is more like space like slasher. I think.
Yes. Yeah.
Because it's like the alien just killing people one by one. So, so yeah, that's going to be awesome. And AtCon this year is going to be great. If you don't have tickets yet, they're sold out. So sorry, but if you are coming to AtCon, we're really excited to see you. So, and this is something we're going to do every year. So. It began with us deciding to get together every July. It just became a thing where we were just deciding to get together every July. And then it turned into what if we met up with other people? And then what if we ran a convention? And all of a sudden now here we are. And we have like badges and shirts and all kinds of stuff. So
like last year it was like, let's hang out at a gaming store and see what their fire code is. And we'll invite that many people.
Yeah.
And this year it's like, let's do that times 3.
Yeah, let's do that bigger. Because last year it was just going to be let's hang out at Tacoma Games, but then it became what if everyone had badges and shirts and pins and lanyards and stuff, and all of a sudden it was like, oh, this is a convention. We're running a convention. So, like most things we do, we failed forward into it. We stumbled into it, which is good.
Yes, and that's the natural way to do it. And we wanted to keep it that way for this year too.
Yes.
Kind of like, listen, the AtCon is something that will never be exactly the same every year. We kind of decided, and it's always going to be a more intimate, fun, hanging out with friends sort of experience.
Yeah, exactly. And that's, I think, a lot of conventions, happen in hotels or event centers and stuff like that. It's like, we never want AtCon to be that stale. Boring, like, we don't want you to come to the beautiful Pacific Northwest and then sit in the basement of a La Quinta for a weekend. Like, we want like, we're running, one of the days is going to be in a gigantic tap room, and there's going to be like concerts happening outside, other people milling around. Like, it's going to be really cool. And like Barker said, we're going to be playing in a park. So it's going to be really, really cool. So, all right. So it looks like we have some questions here. So, I think OBS was giving them trouble, so they just had to use. Oh yeah,
James is here. James.
Hey James.
Hame.
Look at him with that moderator wrench. Keeping an eye on it.
I don't know.
Hey,
may the force be with you.
Hey, just remember you're gonna die.
Just remember, you are mortal.
You are mortal. Let's see.
Someone asked if there was going to be more Winds of Cerceline someday, and the answer is yes. And more stuff to come as well.
Yeah, definitely soon. Lake asked where the cool music is. Yeah, unfortunately, we can't stream the music over Hangouts, and OBS just completely crapped the bed. It was like dropping 60% of my frames. So,
yeah.
Anyway, that's a bummer, but we decided there's a little burp,
there we go,
Chris Burrito burp. Sunshine was a cool horror space movie. You ever seen Sunshine?
I've never seen Sunshine.
Sunshine's great. It's Cillian Murphy, other people. Chris Evans is in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Cool.
And it's all about the sun's dying, and they're going to go restart the sun, but it turns into like this crazy horror in space. It's awesome.
So really quick, you know those movies that are really good, but when you try to explain them,
it sounds dumb.
Like, God, this is the dumbest idea.
It's like trying to explain the board game Agricola to people. It's a farming game in medieval times, but it's really fun. And you're like, I don't think so.
We're gonna go restart the sun. Oh, that sounds great.
Okay, cool. Yeah. With like a explosive. They have like a big, anyway, it's a cool.
How else do you restart the sun? Is there a pull cord?
Hang on, push the starter fluid.
Oh God, you primed it too much. Now it's flooded.
There's a big gout of black smoke after it starts. Rob Daniel says, will we get an AtCon East since James and Timmy are in Florida? We were just kind of talking about potentially doing more.
Yes.
Here's the thing about AtCon though. We are RPG publishers. We are not event organizers, and AtCon takes a lot of time and resources from us. And so I would never want to branch out and do another AtCon until we were able to like hire somebody to like organize it for us.
Yes.
Because I want to just show up and just be there. I don't want to have to organize it because I don't enjoy organizing
it. And AtCon involves like flying Tim here, flying James here. And so we either break even or lose money on it, but it's fun. Like we have a good time. So it doesn't matter. But that's why it's not like, oh, let's do 9 of these.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'm pretty sure we lost money on AtCon last year.
Yes, guaranteed.
Yeah. Okay, cool. We might break even this year. We'll see.
Yeah.
Maybe. Like a full 8 hours Dread marathon led by Barker stream. Dread is so hard to do on a stream. I don't know how you do it.
So how we would do it on a stream is it would obviously it would have to be in person, everybody. There are these like apps that you can have like a digital Jenga tower.
I've seen that, yeah.
That's just awful.
It's not the same.
No, it's not the same. It's also more difficult, so people are going to be dying left and right. I was in the middle of explaining what dread was. When the tower falls, you die. That's a very simple way of putting it. But horrible things happen when the tower falls, and it simulates this this horror cinematic experience. So I would suggest that if we did it, you'd put like the camera up there, and we'd be playing down here, so you can see. And then the mic, and then I'm gonna break your house. Really
cool.
Quick,
that sounds good. Yeah.
And I mean, I think it can be done.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. I think it can be done. And now I want to do it.
I do want to stream more from AtCon this year. I feel like last year I was so caught up in it, and I was so like excited to meet everyone, and I wanted to kind of float around and look at the different games that were being played. I completely forgot that like there were, 4,500 people that weren't at AtCon that probably wanted to see what we were doing.
Yeah. Even people on the East Coast who were doing like their own little branch of it.
Exactly. So I definitely want to try and be better about like streaming stuff from the con, taking pictures and sharing those.
Yes.
So we'll try to be better about that. And I don't know, we're going to be hanging out for a few days afterwards too. So maybe we'll do maybe we'll play a game and stream it or something. Who knows? Who knows?
Yep.
The sky's the limit.
The sky is the limit.
So,
I think a portion of the sky is the limit. Like once you go above a certain point, the oxygen is just.
It gets a little tough to play Dread up there.
Where does the sky begin?
Dude, I don't know.
There we go.
That's a good name for a Winchester Celine session.
Where does
the sky begin?
Where does the sky?
Winchester Celine session 37. Where does the sky begin?
And then if during the game, if I can't think of a way to make that make sense, I'll just have an NPC say it.
Yeah.
Where does the sky begin?
Yeah. And we're just like, oh, that's the name of the session. Cool. Barker planned that.
Yeah,
that's a really good GM. Let's see. Timotep, are you going to play more Mecha Hack soon? Yeah, I'm sure I will. Like I love playing it. I love running it. So there will definitely be more Mecha Hack happening on this channel and just all over the place. So, also Smith's Forge Gaming. That's Jason Smith. He's here. Hey man, looking forward to seeing you at AtCon, buddy.
I'm really looking forward to seeing you at AtCon.
He played in my Harbinger game last year, and it was a lot of fun.
Cool. He is really nice fun to talk to just as a friend on Facebook.
Very fun to talk to. Absolutely. Lake Vermilion asked about 3D printers. I don't know anything about that, so hopefully someone in the chat can help you out.
Where's that?
Right here. Right here.
How do you use these things?
Here, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to highlight when I how's that for you?
So when using a 3D printer, I find that you should put your hand in it so it creates the object right on your hand.
You just hold it there for like 9 hours?
9 hours.
And then it's fused to your flesh and you're like, oh!
And then, but that way it's easy. You have it. You just pull your hand out and there it is.
Because then you have it. It's in your hand already. Rob Daniels asked about, here we go. Mini Terrain Domain. You need to hire like Chris Wilhelm or something. He's one of our resident event planners. Yes, just somebody who knows what the hell they're doing.
That's not a bad idea.
We kind of stumble through it. And like this year, James, bless his heart, he designed a event manager, game manager from the ground up. And it has like all kinds of cool features. It's super pro. And that's only going to get better. So I feel like we have that in place. So next year is going to be a lot smoother in terms of scheduling games and events and stuff like that.
Yeah, added a new view that the duration view.
The duration view is the best thing ever because you can specifically see what blocks of time each game is taking up. And that's like, so you can easily see like, oh, I messed up and scheduled 2 games that are running into each other or whatever.
James, remember that you are mortal.
Remember that you will die someday.
That's a really harsh way to put it.
But yeah, well.
I mean, I guess it means the same thing though.
Cameron Desert King asks, AtCon merch booth. So, what's that?
So this is a live reaction, and when I saw that question, I realized that I completely forgot to perhaps order a bunch of books to bring to AtCon.
I feel like we talked about it though, and we were like, it was iffy about whether we even could.
And I found out that we could, and it would be easy to do.
Oh, okay.
And I just forgot.
Well, hey, there you go. The thing is that it's not. It would be tough to order stuff because we would have it.
We will actually have this copy of Tomb of Annihilation for sale.
Hey, that's mine.
And for Actually, like a couple bucks. I think that's what it's worth. Hold on. It says, yep, $4.99.
That's a steal.
So
5th edition is so affordable.
it really is, man.
All right, I'm going to put this back.
Thank you.
You're not allowed
Sorry.
to touch
You're not allowed to
my
touch my books.
That's my collection.
It's my collection. Oh, boy, Barker, James said.
Oh, boy, Barker.
I'm sorry.
Dirtbag Sis 20. Oh man, Dread at AtCon last year was the best thing ever. So this must be Dirtbag Sis 2 must be somebody that played in the Dread game last year.
Alexa. How did you die?
Yeah, that's how Barker will remember. Jaren, I'm assuming this is Jaren and Power Up Gamers. Maybe arrange for online AtCon. That way, those who can't make it to Washington can still participate. See, now the problem with that, Jaren, we'd have to put somebody else in charge of it because there'd be zero way that the 4 of us could manage an in-person con and make sure everything's going smoothly, and also make sure that all the infrastructure is in place for an online con. So, like, people are free to be like, "Hey, on AtCon day, let's run a bunch of games online." That's fine. I don't know if we would do it officially though,
because we'd go to AtCon, we'd start it, we'd go to AtCon, and then we'd come back and be like, "Hey, how did AtCon online go?"
Yeah,
AtCon line,
on the line,
AtCon line.
Because you know what is, James, we'd be at AtCon, we'd all be playing games, and James would be sitting there with his laptop fixing all the problems with AtCon online, like we'd be like, "James, it's broken," and he'd be like, "Son of a."
That's how AbTab works.
You want to hear my impression of AbTab?
Yeah.
James, it's broken. That's my impression of AbTab.
If you had had me guess what your impression would be, I would have said that exact same thing.
Awesome. Okay. I'm glad we're on the same page about it. Okay, so Dirtbag Sis says,
Rebecca, what's up?
Okay, she didn't die. Only survivor. Awesome.
Only survivor. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
In the woods.
Yes. I don't think, Rebecca, are you going to be at AtCon this year? I don't think you're going to. Bummer.
A good civil servant and is helping out kids during the summer.
Right on. That is like the only thing that would excuse you from not
coming. The only thing.
Cameron says, Dave Hubble, and Brandish have told me wondrous tales of the fabled AtCon 2017. Thus, I've decided to join the pilgrimage to the north this year. Well, it's going to be good to see you, man. I'm excited to see you and meet you.
Me too. Or you too. You also true for me.
Smokey Alexia says, do you think the WebDM guys will ever attend AtCon? I would love for the WebDM guys to come to AtCon.
Yes.
That would be awesome. Maybe we'll invite them next year. High level dread equals Russian roulette instead of Jenga.
That sounds like something Josh would say.
Mm-hmm. That does.
You get to run it, and you're the only player. I want it on a live stream just to see how the mechanics shake out.
Jordan Peterson, I just discovered Dungeon Crawl Classics. Ever played the system? Thoughts? I've never played Dungeon Crawl Classics, but I love it. I love reading it. I love the magic system. I love the funnel with the level 0, where you just send a bunch of level 0 peasants through a dungeon, and whoever survives becomes your level 1 character. Like, that's such a cool character creation method.
I don't know anything about Dungeon Crawl Classics.
It's just Gonzo. It's a Gonzo game. And I might play some at AtCon. Actually, there's someone who's running a Dungeon Crawl Classics game on Sunday, and I just posted interest to it. So we'll see if I get in.
Sweet.
Morris Maynot says, hey, it's awesome to see you. Legends. We're legends, Barker. Just remember that legends, even legends die someday. Power Gamer is planning on making it next year since funds are getting better. Jaren, awesome, dude. I'm really looking forward to seeing you in person. Rob Daniels, what are your thoughts on the new Predator trailer? Let me talk to you about the new Predator. Have you seen the new Predator trailer?
I have not watched the trailer yet.
I'm not going to spend a ton of time on this. Okay, the first teaser had a kid in it. First off, don't put kids in Predator movies. Don't put a kid in a Predator movie.
Okay.
You don't put a kid in a Predator movie. What don't you put in Predator movies?
Aliens. Kids, sorry.
That actually was, those are two correct answers. The kid, and he's like the main point of the teaser. Right from the get-go, I'm like, I don't like where this is going. The second trailer, they only showed footage of the like mercenary guys fighting the Predator. I feel like that is a misleading trailer, and that the Marines fighting the Predator is actually a very small part of the movie.
I think so.
I feel like it's like maybe 10 minutes of the movie, and they just jammed all that into the trailer because that's what people want that movie to be.
That's because they're trying to get you to buy
they're trying to get me.
The movie.
They're trying to get me, and like people like Tim.
This is the target market right here.
This is what it looks like.
pretend my face is exactly like Tim Carney's.
Yeah. And this is the target audience for Predator. So tentatively, I'm like, hey, maybe there's some cool stuff in the trailer. Looks neat. But I will never... they can't expunge that teaser from my mind. The second trailer was almost like, just kidding.
It's like it's gonna be a lot of
we were just kidding. We put out that terrible first teaser just as a joke. No, I don't know about that.
I'm getting to the point where I don't like any trailers anymore. I try not to watch them. Specific Star Wars, I didn't see any Last Jedi trailers at all before I watched the movie, and I didn't regret it.
Well, it's just trailers they always have an agenda, and it's always like, here's the movie, here's what we want you to think this movie is going to be like, and then it's never like that.
What's the movie with Ben Affleck? Is it Argo?
Yeah.
Where they had multiple trailers. They had two different kinds. There was one that made it look like a funny comedy, kind of like Smoking Aces type of movie. Yeah. And then another one that was like serious and political and like very based on current events. And
it's just like when they recut a movie into a different kind, like they did The Shining, that was like a coming of age, like adventure story, or like they do like, they'll do like a romantic comedy as a horror.
Yes.
It just goes to prove that like it depends on the scenes that you pick, the music that you use. Yeah. It's
Harry Potter is a teen romance comedy.
Yeah, exactly. Like you can do so much stuff with trailers where it's like you can't trust them. So I like a trailer that just one of the best trailers ever was Inception, because you're just like, what is happening? What is Inception? What is this movie? What is it about? And there's so much to see in that movie. Interstellar was another good trailer where I'm just like, I don't know what this movie's about, but I really want to see it.
Have you seen Interstellar? You should see it.
Interstellar is really great.
Yeah.
Best scene? No, I don't want to spoil it. I don't want to talk about it. It's like 9 years old. Interstellar?
No way.
No, it's not. It's like 3 years old. I think it came out 3 years ago.
If only there was like a device I could use.
I think Interstellar came out like 3 or 4 years ago.
All right, I'm gonna guess 4.
While you're doing that, I'm gonna scroll through a bunch of these questions here. Mini Train Domain. I'm having FOMO for reals at 4 years. Okay. About missing AtCon, but I'm playing Tales from the Loop with WASD 20 that weekend, so it's all good. I know, and Nate's not gonna be at AtCon this year either, but
get to hang out with him tonight.
We get to hang out with Nate tonight, and then on Saturday, we should tell people because we're gonna be streaming. And on Saturday, Barker and I and Nate are going over to the realm of Runehammer. We're going to be visiting Hankrin Fernail, otherwise known as Brandish Gilhelm, and we're going to be testing out a couple of his new games and just like hanging out. I think we're going to eat and drink. And
he lives in a longhouse though in Iceland, and that's going to be the hardest part getting there. No, because we didn't buy plane tickets. We are swimming.
We're swimming to Iceland to go see him. Yeah,
so that's Iceland. You just walk along the ice, is what I thought. I guess there's really just water between us.
There's not a lot. It's actually not a lot of ice.
And since we're near the Pacific Ocean right now, we have to go the other way.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So we'll get there. We should start now.
We should.
Oh, we're gonna be late.
We're gonna be late.
We're gonna be a little late. Leave it. Texting. Leaving now.
Leaving now.
Leaving now. Okay. Here we go. Here's a question. Here's a question. Oh, go for it. What do you see?
This person said best trailer of all time, Lord of the Rings. Just the One Ring.
Yes. Do you remember the original teaser for Fellowship of the Ring with the ring just like?
Yep. Yeah. I actually watched the full trailer for The Return of the King 97 times over and over and over again before the movie came out.
Do you remember the Two Towers trailer with the
I was like, that's not Two Towers. That's that Jared Leto movie.
They had that music in the Two Towers trailer.
Yes. I see. When I first saw that video, I thought it was fake because I thought someone overlaid that music over. I'm like, this is BS. What's going on? This is Jared Leto standing there.
Yeah.
Oh, full failing, yes, wrong metal. Yeah. Yep. Marlon Wayans.
I also remember there was like an Entertainment Tonight segment where they had a scene. They had the scene from Fellowship of the Ring where they're in Moria and the goblins break through the door.
Yes.
I TiVo'd that. Okay. Let's just think about that for a second. I TiVo'd Entertainment Tonight and I watched that scene over and over and over and over again.
Dude.
And when it finally happened in the movie, I had it like memorized. I was like, okay, that goblin gets shot with an arrow. Then that goblin comes, he jumps off the wall and he spins. And then the cage troll comes in and the cave troll starts to smash Sam, and then the scene's over, but it kept going.
Yeah,
it was the whole thing. I was like, I finally get to see the end of this
fight. You thought
fight.
we were gonna stop.
Yeah, entertainment tonight.
Entertainment tonight. I thought the entertainment tonight was part of the movie.
Yeah.
I'm really disappointed that I didn't get to see it.
Where's the part where the blonde white lady says, "And if you thought that was good," I missed that part.
Yep.
Cameron said trailers went from teasing the idea of the movie to ridiculous full-on. Here are cutscenes that are the best parts and basically leave nothing to surprise you. Yeah.
And now the later trailers basically show you the whole plot of the film because they're just trying to get everyone possible into the theater to see this.
There are some trailers where you watch them and you're like, I don't need to see the movie. I can see beat for beat exactly what
really
happens.
wish I didn't see this trailer.
Yeah. Many movies have great trailers and bad movies are great. What? Oh, have great trailers and bad movies, or great movies with bad trailers. A really good example of that is the movie 300. Had an incredible trailer with the 9 Inch Nails. The mark has been made.
Yes.
Oh my God. Yeah, and then just the slow motion shot of them spilling over this. And then you watch the actual movie and you're like, that was a lot.
Yeah.
That was very loud.
It was a lot. I liked 300.
I like 300 too.
But I like history and it's so historically accurate.
I like 300, but I'm also like, I know that's not a perfect movie.
That's not.
Yeah.
That's not. Yeah. No. And that song by 9 Inch Nails isn't in the movie, I don't think.
No, it's not.
And
but it's the best part of the trailer.
Yep.
Because it's like yeah. And they're kicking people off the thing.
The mark has been made.
Yeah.
The Fragile is the album.
Yes.
Check it out. We can't have music here. So
just listen to that while we're talking.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Interstellar was dope. The jealousy is real. Oh, James responding to our on Saturday, us hanging out with Nate and Hankerin. Jealousy is real. Yep.
Just come on up, James. Come early.
But here's the thing. I'm really glad that we're going to do gaming with Nate because I'm sad that he's not going to be at AtCon. Yes. So it's cool that we're going to get to hang out, have a mini little AtCon with just the four of us. We're calling it Hank Bark Click Con.
Yeah, which is the most efficient way to name it.
Yes, definitely. There's no better way to name it. Northern Rune Hammeria, says Cameron.
Nice, that's what it's called.
It's very green in Iceland and very icy in Greenland. Yes. Hey guys, Chris Johnson is here. She's going to be at AtCon as well. I'm hoping that she brings some more of those cream cheese pinwheels that I ate 50 of at last year's AtCon.
If she doesn't, she's not welcome.
We're turning you away at the door if you don't have a giant Tupperware full of cream cheese pinwheels. I'm joking. LOTR trilogy was one of the few times where I wasn't let down at all, and it stayed great since. Barker and I were just talking about that. The Lord of the Rings movies have held up so well. Yep. Even the CG.
Yeah.
Because the CG is enhancing models and physical things.
Yes, and bigatures.
Bigatures.
Yes. I love that's one of my favorite words that I learned from the extended scenes in the movie.
Because they're miniatures, but you can walk. There's literally like a Helm's Deep that's like a cat-size Helm's Deep, where it's like if we were the size of cats, this would be Helm's Deep.
And there was people would crouch and walk through the Hornburg.
The Hornburg has never been breached. I'm a giant.
It's too small. How can you breach such a thing when it's too small?
Dude's like mud crawling through it.
Chris.
If only Barker could see me giving them an expression right back. Perfect. She says definitely bringing them.
Oh,
I'm so excited. I ate so many of those cream cheese pinwheels. James said, who needs 9 Inch Nails with you two? The new album is so good. I listened to it so much.
I love 9 Inch Nails.
The last track, what's it? It's like
I don't know the
titles. I can't remember, but it's this one with the saxophones.
Yes.
It has such a nice slow build to it.
That's Trent Reznor playing saxophone. And then it goes out and then it comes back in.
Yep.
When it comes back in, I'm like, I'm in it now.
Yeah, I'm in it.
I'm ready.
I wasn't sure about the saxophones the first time, but then they went away and I missed them. And then they came back and I was like, yes.
This is it. Yeah.
Yep.
9 Inch Nails has changed so much. I mean, let's talk about music a little bit.
Let's do it. Yeah.
It changed so much over the years. And it's gotten to the point where I don't think he can do wrong because this might be doing a disservice to Trent Reznor, but he's Tarantino'd it, where he's just like ripping up the canvas and he's just building the thing that he wants to build.
Yes.
And he puts it out there. And if you like it, awesome. If you don't like it, he'll probably give you the finger and actually not care.
And I think that the reason why it works with him, every album being a little bit different, but also distinctly sounding like Nine Inch Nails, is the fact that he has set a precedent for every album is going to be different.
Yes.
And so you're not surprised when it's like, oh, this is different.
And he treats you to little bits like that guitar that sounds like a synthesizer from The Fragile. He'll bring that in.
He'll bring that in. Yeah.
He brings piano that sounds like from the Downward Spiral in. There's a lot of stuff that he's just, it's almost like he's done this for over 20 years.
It's almost like he's very professional and very good at what he does.
Yeah.
Yeah. Almost.
Almost. Oh, close. I think he could really make it though after this latest album.
One of the things that I was talking to you about, and this is the last thing I'll say about it, is how I've never heard Trent Reznor sing with vibrato, but he does on this new album.
Yes.
Dude sounds like David Bowie. And I feel like that is very intentional.
I agree.
Because he and David Bowie were very close.
Yes. He used to open for Bowie. And actually, you know, Ian Christensen, who's not here, is very, very... he's like the Nine Inch Nails fan that when I'm talking to, I'm like, he was at the bar during Pretty Machine when Trent Reznor was hammering shots and hadn't received released Broken yet.
Right.
So
yeah,
sweet. My friend Sean is in the chat.
Oh, Sean's in the chat?
Yeah.
Where is he?
Riversend Gray.
Oh, nice. Hey, man. Let's see here. Oh, Nate's here. Looking forward to tonight and Saturday. Nate, I can't wait to see you, man. Just about 4 hours now. We're going to be hanging out. Let's see here. Chris, time to capitalize. Sell them. Yeah, sell those the cream cheese pinwheels. Oh, if you guys were going to write the next Mad Max movie, what would you do?
So there's a place called Thunderdome.
Can't we just get beyond Thunderdome? Thank you for letting me do that.
No problem. I didn't have a choice.
Yeah.
But I would have anyway. What would you do since you're
so?
Or do you want me to go first since I'm the sucky Mad Max? No, wait. What would you got if you guys? So it's both of us.
It's got to be both of us. So we got to do it. Okay, so let's start. Okay, so first of all, I think we can both agree that Fury Road was far and away like way better than it had any right to be.
I really liked Fury Road. I didn't. You know what? That was my first Mad Max movie that I ever saw.
Here's the thing about how good Fury Road is. That's not a bad thing.
No.
It's not a bad thing. That was your first Mad Max movie.
But I wasn't sure what kind of movie it was going to be.
Yeah.
And it very quickly showed me that this is not what you expected. This is like an older movie made right now.
Yeah.
And oh my gosh, the way the water like.
Yes.
And then
just I love all the visuals, the color. It's all very like. That movie is one of the more visual movies I've ever seen. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
There's like 12 lines of dialogue in that movie.
Yeah.
And most of it is Tom Hardy going, man. That's bait. Just like, you know. So I love that movie so much. So
it's in the screenplay. MMM dash.
Yeah. So what I would do is I would not stray too far from that. Okay. I think Fury Road really worked. And I'm not saying retread Fury Road, but I'm saying come at it from a very similar angle, which is focus on the visuals. And I think the director, George Miller, I believe is the director, he storyboarded everything before he wrote the script.
Wow.
Like awesome. Everything was storyboarded. He had the action set pieces and all the visuals and stuff all sort of lined out before he started on the script.
That's awesome.
I think you come at it from that same angle. Is that your phone?
It is. I thought it was the song.
You're like, this is weird. You come at it from that angle.
Sorry,
make it very visual and focus on the visuals, the colors, the action set pieces, and make the story itself super simple.
Okay, cool.
Because the story of Fury Road is we got to go here. Oh, here's not what we thought. We got to go back.
That's the difficulty, I think, is that you want to make a movie that's a sequel. We'll say a sequel to Fury Road, the next one. But you don't want to jump any sharks. You don't want like these aircraft coming in.
Right.
You don't really want like, oh, let's put everyone on bikes. And it's like, I mean, because then people know, oh, you're just trying to be a little gimmicky.
Yes. Yeah.
You don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So what's the storyline if we want to keep with? I think we should keep with a chase.
It's got to be a chase because here's the thing. There are only 2 good Mad Max movies, and I will defend that opinion to the death.
Okay.
I don't think that the original Mad Max is very good.
Okay.
I don't think Thunderdome is very good. I think Road Warrior is awesome.
Yep.
I think Fury Road is awesome, and I think Road Warrior and Fury Road have more in common with each other than the other 2 Mad Max movies.
So then you tell me what the story would be.
So first off, what's a terrain we've never seen in a Mad Max movie?
I almost said like Arctic, but that defeats the
Barker. I was gonna say the same thing. We should write a Mad Max movie together.
We should.
So, so they find a cold place in the outback. Maybe northern Australia is snowy from the nuclear fallout or whatever happened.
Awesome. Okay.
So they're in a snowy area, which is very cool because you can play with the stark white with other colors. It would be very visually very cool.
And the snow is not something that can be melted into water, so you can kind of keep with the theme that
maybe it's like radiated snow or something.
Yeah. Acid snow, kind of like acid rain.
Maybe it is acid snow. Because my thinking is like you could have it be where like they go to like get a glacier or something for water, but that's cool. But it's almost too similar to Road Warrior where they have the tanker full of water.
So I think you're right, but I think that could be one of the cool little things that are tied into it, maybe.
Have it be a glacier.
Can it be now? Okay, I don't know too much about the whole of the setting of Mad Max.
Yeah.
Is it possible to set a Mad Max movie in the far reaches of the Yukon, like northern Canada?
I suppose you could, but I think a hallmark of Mad Max is that it has to be in the Australian outback.
All right.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So I think, unless we wanted to just get crazy with it.
You could. See? That's right here. That right there, what you just heard, that is what leads to crappy sequels.
Wait, what if they were in the Yukon?
Wait, what if we turn this into 3 movies?
Yeah.
And Jungle.
Jungle would be cool.
Legit. Jungle.
Yeah, Jungle would be really neat.
How about, Australia, I don't know too much about it, but I know that they have a really cool cultural tribal population that could maybe be infused into the movie. Like,
you could do some stuff with like the Aboriginal sort of like culture, and I would like to see a different terrain. I'm not sold on what it has to be. Something that would change the color palette.
Yep.
Because Fury Road is orange.
It is.
Everything about Fury Road is orange. Yep. I would like to see a different color palette.
How about gray?
Yeah.
Like, and I think actually Josh said nuclear winter. I was thinking think about ash falling from the sky.
That would be really cool.
Snow of ash.
Yeah.
Ash is the snow.
That would be really cool.
And you have skiers. And they have rockets on the skis, and one's playing guitar.
You have like a James Bond situation where it's like, they're shooting at each other on their skis. Yeah, exactly.
Guy's got a didgeridoo. Right? Instead of an electric guitar, they're shooting flames, and he's like...
That's a good idea. The didgeridoo is a bazooka when he blows into it.
Yep. And at some point, someone has to ask, hey, what do you do on the Mad Max?
What do you do on the Mad Max?
I play the guitar on the Mad Max.
I do the didgeridoo on the Mad Max.
You do the didgeridoo?
I'm in the new Mad Max.
I've been waiting for a long time to do that. It's above my pay grade.
So, without going too deep into it, I think we both agree. Follow a similar formula to Fury Road with a really simple chase-centric story.
Yep.
And have it be a new terrain.
Yes.
And I think with that combined, also good villain. Mad Max movie needs a good villain. Immortan Joe from Fury Road was perfect because he's gross, he's corpulent, he's got that cool skull face mask on there, he's got the cool voice.
Yes.
So get someone similar with a similar commanding sort of presence.
Mediocre.
Yeah. And do some cool world building and don't over-explain it. Just like Fury Road, where you had the half dead, like what were they called? The War Boys that were all like irradiated and stuff, and they would spray the chrome paint in their mouth and witness me and stuff like that.
Did that in... Oh, I thought you said Road Warrior.
No, Fury Road had all that cool world building that didn't over-explain it.
Yeah.
Where you're just like, oh, it's like a religion. Okay, gotcha.
It's almost like you don't have to.
It's almost like visual storytelling is the best way to deliver information.
Yes, other than Chill Prep.
Chill Prep is the best way to deliver information.
Not always music, but
unfortunately, no music today. So let's see here. Yeah, Habit Bringer guy about Mad Max. The simple things like Witness Me and the Chrome thing add so much flavor to the world. Exactly. Isn't Arctic Mad Max called Snowpiercer? That's a fair point, Josh.
I haven't seen it.
Snowpiercer's cool. It's cool.
I saw the trailer. Do I need to see the movie?
Yeah, it's worth watching.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. It's a little like heavy-handed. You know what I mean? Like it's a little like, here's what it's about.
Yes. Look, you can mix snow with ash from Firestorm.
Perfect.
Rain the
there
ash
you
far
go.
Away.
Yep.
I didn't even see that.
Jungle Mad Max, I just imagine a league of bulldozers. It would be really cool to have a car, a big vehicle that had like buzzsaws on the front that cut trees out of the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. You know what that reminds me of? Fern Gully.
Hey, that's true. We'll have it be Fern Gully. Mad Max with surfboards. Oh wait, that's Waterworld. It is Waterworld. Or Surf Ninjas.
Surf Ninjas. Ba 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 ba. What was the okay, so Waterworld. Do you like that movie?
It's all right.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't hate it.
Cool.
Kevin Costner drinks his pee at the beginning.
He does. The movie's okay.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen The Postman?
I make a Postman joke to you at least once a day, knowing that it'll get you every time.
Yeah, I love it.
Because you're the only other person in the world that's seen Postman.
Postman and California Adventure, but for different reasons.
I don't think you've ever even been to California Adventure. You're just aware of it.
Rumor has it I haven't. No, I did go. I remember because that roller coaster goes 0 to 60 in like 2.3 seconds.
Yeah, that roller coaster's great.
And
California Screaming.
My neck has not been the same since.
It's called Whiplash Screaming. Whiplash and Screaming. It's called You're Taking 3 Ibuprofen Tonight. Buddy.
It's called You're Taking. That's the subtitle.
Yeah. California Screaming. You're taking 3 ibuprofen tonight, comma, buddy.
Buddy.
It's got to be the buddy.
Buddy.
Let's see here. Ooh. Have you seen the Mad Max style episode of Rick and Morty? I haven't. I'm not a big Rick and Morty guy though. So
that's weird because I think weren't you the one who introduced that to me, or was it James on your TV?
It was James on my TV. Yeah,
it's the pupils. Huh? You don't like the pupils?
The pupils freak me out.
Me too, but I got used to them.
I'm not a big fan of. This is gonna sound so lame and dumb, but I'm not a big fan of adult cartoons. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like I like a Bob's Burgers or an Adventure Time or Gravity Falls, where it's still kind of for kids, but it also has some adult humor in there. The cartoons that are just for adults just kind of make me uncomfortable.
Like Family Guy.
Yeah.
Well, you don't like Seth MacFarlane, but
I don't.
Family Guy is kind of like
it's that same vein where it's like I don't really enjoy listening to cartoons talk about sex and stuff. I don't know why, because I'm not like a prude, but it's just something that doesn't really jive with me.
What's another example of a cartoon that's more in line with Rick and Morty, not Family Guy? Like, because they're not even the same.
Like Archer is very similar.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
You like Archer?
I don't care for Archer.
It's funny because I love that show, but I fall asleep half the time I start it.
I don't really like Archer. Yeah, it's weird. It's one of those things where I'm like, I don't think they're bad. I just don't care for them.
Yeah,
it's like me and Doctor Who, where I'm like, that's not a bad thing. I just don't like it.
Yeah, it's just not for me.
Sometimes you can like things that aren't bad. They're just not your thing.
And sometimes if you don't like something, like you don't need to be a jerk about it.
Exactly.
Like you can just not like it and not, include it.
You didn't know I didn't like Rick and Morty. Because I'm not sitting there like, hate Rick and Morty. So stupid. I can't believe you like it.
And I'm like,
yeah,
Morty, bad impression.
Because as that comic states, just let people like things.
Just let people. It's okay to not like things.
Yeah.
Don't be a jerk about the things you don't like.
Yeah. Let's see what else we got here. Dark Templar. I feel like I get tired of the never-ending chase gimmick, but I feel like whenever you try and mess with that, like they did in Beyond Thunderdome, it makes for a Mad Max movie that's not good. Mm-hmm. Because Mad Max is about car chases.
Yep.
Mad Max is a 2-hour car chase. That's why it's awesome.
Mm-hmm. I can say, listen, I'm not a big fan of the chase gimmick, but we see so many great chases all the time in all these movies.
Yeah.
The only thing I think that makes it a gimmick, or arguably a gimmick, is that it happens in Mad Max more than once. Like that's the story.
That's kind of the selling point. Yeah.
But this is such a broad stroke statement. If done well, it can be perfect.
Yeah, absolutely. What's your favorite chase scene in a movie? I have mine. You want me to go first?
Yes.
Raiders of the Lost Ark, the desert chase when they're getting away with the Ark.
Yes.
And Indy goes from one car to the other and goes up to the truck, and that's such a good chase for the main reason being the score of John Williams. The John Williams score with that chase scene is perfect.
Yes. So I am looking it up because I always forget. I don't always forget.
I'm also a big fan of the freeway chase from Matrix Reloaded. That movie has a lot of problems, but that freeway chase is really
That's so cool with like
Mm-hmm.
the people who manifest and
the twins, the virus guys. Yeah, they're really cool.
Bullet has the best.
It's so good. Steve McQueen, man, that movie's so good.
Yep. And you know what? You know what's really cool about that chase scene? There's no music. If you watch it, it's just
that the soundtrack of that movie is shifting cars.
Shifting cars.
Yeah, the whole movie.
And you're like, oh, dude, let's bump the Bullet soundtrack, and it's basically just driving down to the store.
Yeah, exactly.
Just drive down to the store.
Exactly.
I like it because I heard that they originally had music on there, but they watched it and they're like,
the music doesn't fit here.
Take it off.
Yeah.
Yep, there it is.
Someone mentioned Baby Driver. Have you seen Baby Driver?
I've not seen Baby Driver.
Baby Driver is awesome.
I've
the
seen
last scene.
Pictures of Baby Adam Driver. Is that the same?
It's not the same.
It's not the same movie?
No, but the cool thing about Baby Driver and why I think you'd like it is all the action scenes are synced up with the music that's playing. So the percussion is going and someone's shooting a gun in time with the percussion.
I love that so much. A movie that does that is Book of Eli, which I really like that movie. No, not Alessandro. Who is it's Trent Reznor. Atticus Ross does the soundtrack.
It's such a good soundtrack.
And it does that same thing where it's like, he fires an arrow and it's like and the arrow hits and love it.
I really like Book of Eli. I feel like that's an underrated movie and no one talks about it.
Music makes the chase.
Well, he says that about Baby Driver. In Baby Driver, music makes the chase.
Oh, I see.
Whereas in Bullet, it's all about the silence.
Understood.
It's all about the engine and
Very cool. Stand corrected.
The Dark Knight chase is a great one. The Dark Knight chase is great because it's all practical effects.
Which chase scene am I
with
thinking?
The semi truck and the Batmobile.
Slaughter.
Yep. And when they flip the semi truck, when Batman shoots the grappling hooks across, and they flip that truck, and it goes. They flipped that semi truck for real. They actually did that. Yeah, that's why it's so cool looking.
In James Bond Casino Royale, there's almost a chase scene
at the beginning.
No, near the end.
Oh.
There's almost, I want to be reminded of that one after this, but there's almost a chase scene where he gets in his Aston Martin. And you're like, oh, we're going to do a cool chase scene at night. And then immediately the trap is sprung and they flipped the Aston Martin.
Yes.
And they actually flipped it.
They flipped an Aston
Martin.
They
destroyed an Aston Martin. I think it's like a DB9 or a DB7 or something.
I was going to mention the foot chase at the beginning of Casino Royale when he's chasing the guy at the snake pit.
Yes.
And the best part is when the guy is doing all the parkour and Bond just goes through the wall.
He just smashes through the wall.
It's in that. Here's another example of visual storytelling. Yes. It's basically saying, here's Bond. Here's the new Bond. He doesn't just flip through the window. He busts through the wall because he's a brute force Bond.
Yep. He's A to B.
That's another in Blade Runner. That's one of my favorite parts in Blade Runner. When Harrison Ford spends all that time locking the door. And then he just comes through the wall. He just comes through the wall after Harrison Ford spends like 20 seconds like lock. And then Ryan Gosling just comes through the wall. Yeah. So good. So many good chase scenes in Bond movies, but I want to cry every time the cars are totaled. Yeah.
Really?
Yep. Matrix Reloaded is really good, and the highway chase. I think there are two really good scenes in Matrix Reloaded. There's the highway chase, and there's the fight in the chateau with the weapons.
So I like that. The reason one of the big problems I thought Matrix Reloaded had was that we know this guy is Neo. We know that he can control the Matrix with his mind.
Yeah.
And they keep fighting.
Yeah.
He keeps fighting with weapons, and I'm like, dude, bring down ceilings.
Yeah.
Destroy. You know, like,
just go pause and kill everybody,
Yeah.
or delete them forever.
and I guess that's problematic because
Yeah.
you know, how do you do that in a way that's
Yes.
that still allows for an entertaining movie?
Yeah.
That involves a plot. and not
Having
just rolls credits.
having him be the one at the end of the Matrix sets it. They had a very tall order to fill.
They really did.
Because you're like, how do we put him in danger? Because we showed him flying
Yes.
while Rage Against the Machine played.
Yep.
At the end of the first Matrix. Wake up!
Yep.
So
Oh, Rage.
that's why I think that the two other Matrix movies have problems.
Yep. I really love the Zion scenes. I love
Yeah,
the defensive
when
Zion
the
a
mechs and they're like,
oh,
shooting into
and they're
that
running
hole.
out ammo to the
Yeah,
mechs.
that's
I
really
really
cool.
like that.
That's
a
really
lot.
cool.
I also like the a lot of the dialogue in Revolutions, where like
Yeah,
do we control the machines? Do they control us?
I really like the philosophical aspects of the Matrix.
Yes.
I just feel like they didn't really know how to tie everything together in these
Yeah.
last two movies.
I think that was
the main
accurate.
problem.
I think
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Better character, Neo or John Wick? I love John Wick so much.
John Wick is so cool.
I love John Wick.
I have to say John Wick just
I love
because
both of those movies.
Gunkata.
So much. Yes.
Is that Gunkata?
It's a little bit Gunkata, I think,
Yeah.
because he's like, that's my favorite type of like martial arts gunfighting, is where you're like up close and he's like, take your hand, put it around, shoot you in the head, use you as a body shield, throw you at this
Deflect
guy.
the bullets,
Yeah.
push you into this guy who falls off the ledge.
Yes.
Jump down on top of him. You know. Like,
Yes. And it's so cool because like Keanu Reeves is actually doing that. And they actually have the camera back so you can tell this guy knows what he's doing.
That guy is really great.
Keanu Reeves is a really cool
He's
dude.
really great.
He's a really cool dude. He's like very humble, very nice.
Yep.
And dude like puts his all into his movies. I really like Keanu Reeves. We haven't talked about RPGs at all, and I feel like that's okay.
Yeah, I think it's fine. I think we talked a little bit about Dread.
We
right?
did talk
is
about
fine.
Dread. Yes, that's true. We talked about AtCon.
Oh, you know what? And this book is Index Card RPG.
Is that the second edition?
This is the second.
I haven't
edition,
actually
just
looked at
got it.
that. Can
Dude,
I look
okay,
at
so can I show you? Yes, you can.
Yeah.
Let me show you my favorite.
Mhm.
Look at these roll tables.
Oh, those are big fatty roll tables.
Roll tables.
Those are all single line roll tables too.
Yes. Hank, be honest with me. How much of a pain was it to delete
To get
to
those all
decide
in
which
single line?
words
Yeah.
to remove?
That was definitely.
I don't even think he's in here, but
No, he's not. But we'll talk to him about it on Saturday. This is gorgeous. I haven't seen this yet. Hank did such a good job with this.
yeah. Oh, also, the physical version of Mecha Hack. We actually
Hack.
just prepared. We just ordered today we approved today the physical version
Yes.
to be sent to our distributor, so people will be
People
getting
will be
their
getting
copies
them
soon.
very soon. Yeah.
And oh my gosh, it's so pretty.
Look at these fucking hover vehicles.
What? I really like that.
Isn't that
bike.
cool? That speeder bike. That's a swoop, baby.
That's a swoop bike.
Hey, yeah, I want a swoop, baby. Dark Templar says he's hyped for the Mecha Hack books.
Yes.
That's awesome. Oh, Chris mentions Top Gun. She likes the flight training scenes in Top Gun.
Oh, Top Gun.
How did they even film those scenes in Top Gun? Those are all real aerial maneuvers.
Those are real. I think F-14s.
Yeah.
And my guess is that they gave Tom Cruise and Val Kilmer the keys to some real F-14s, and they're like,
They were
"Listen,
like, go crazy.
go crazy. We're going to be taking pictures. We're going to be filming." Actual guess: cameras mounted on planes and
Yes.
people in the back of planes with film cameras, so
Yeah.
you get the cool inside the
The
cockpit.
flyovers. Yeah, for
Yep.
sure.
Yep.
Oh, River St. Gray mentions Terminator 2. All of the chase scenes in Terminator
Oh,
2
dude.
are incredible. There's like
Metal.
3 chase scenes in Terminator 2 that are like maybe top 10 chase scenes of all time.
One of the reasons I like those chase scenes is it seems the whole time the villain is just immortal. When he
Yeah.
reaches you, you're going to
He
die.
just
There's
won't
no way to
stop.
stop this person.
Yes.
And that has nothing to do with the chase,
Yeah.
but because that's a factor, it makes it jacks up the risk.
Yes. And there's just so much cool stuff happening in the chase, like Arnold he's spinning the lever action shotgun to cock it and fire it with one hand.
Yep.
Just all kinds of cool stuff.
Relentless. Yep.
9 Inch Nails, Salt and Pepper, coming soon to AtCon karaoke near you.
What's that? Where's that?
9 Inch Nails, Salt and Pepper, coming soon to an AtCon karaoke near you, because we were just doing Salt and Pepper shoot, but we were doing a swoop.
Like a hole. Other words. I don't. Yep. Is that Salt and Pepper? Chasing Waterfalls?
I don't think that's Salt and Pepper.
What is that?
Isn't that
Oh no, that's oh shoot. That's Waterfalls song. Why did I meant to say TLC.
It's TLC.
Hold on. What is
Salt and Pepper does shoot. We were just singing about we were doing swoop.
We did swoop. Push it. They also do push it.
Do you guys remember Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon? So many good scenes. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon is a classic movie. Have you seen Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon? I love that movie.
I really love that movie
when they're fighting in the trees and they're so light that they can step on the branches.
I love it. Didn't they make a sequel, or are they making a sequel?
There is a sequel on Netflix that I've heard mixed things about. I think it's called like the Emerald Blade or the Emerald Sword or something like that, or Sword of Destiny.
I saw a trailer like 2 years ago or something, and I hadn't heard from it.
Yeah, it's on Netflix, but I don't think I watched it, and I don't think I heard great things about it. But whatever happened to Chow Yun-Fat?
He got too fat.
Is he still around?
PHAT fat.
PHAT fat. Is he still around?
I don't know. God, yeah.
Will you just stop putting your phone away? Because I have so many questions for you.
Hold on. Ciao.
Josh says, I already have the Mecha Hack PDF, but I want to get the book. Any way to buy the book sans PDF? So Josh, when we sell the physical books, we don't include the price of the PDF. It's just the book and you get the PDF for free. So it's not like if you didn't include the PDF, you'd get the book for cheaper, because we just charge the physical price of the book.
Yep, that's the case.
Yeah.
I'm looking for films. Let's see what his most recent film is.
Oh, Hero. River St. Grey mentioned Hero. Did you ever see Hero with Jet Li? Where they it's all stories told about him and you never know which ones are true?
So have I seen that movie?
It's so good. It's the one where they have that shoot
movie.
like a million arrows at him.
Okay, yeah, and he just
and he's it's the shape of him. You don't even see what happens. You just see the shape of him outlined in all the arrows.
Okay, I haven't seen it.
It's really good.
I haven't seen it. I think
Hero is great.
There are other movies like that. Can you name another one by the same director or something? Doesn't he make like a series?
House of Flying Daggers was good. Ip Man. Have you seen any of the Ip Man movies? Those are based on true story. Those are great.
And we're running out of drinks to take too, so we should stop. We should talk about movies I've seen.
So we've been going for about an hour now. Yeah. So I think if you guys have any other questions that you want to ask us, we'll answer them. And otherwise, I think we'll call it here because I'm getting hot.
It's getting warm.
It's getting warm in here. Whenever we do a stream, it's not even that warm in here, but it's just because we're sitting so close to each other and we're both larger people. So
we're surrounded by electronics.
Yes, absolutely. So. Yeah, House of Flying Daggers, a couple people have mentioned that. That's another good one. And I think a bunch of the same... Oh, yeah, River St. Grey just said, I think had a lot of the same production team. There's a lot of the same people involved, producers and stuff like that. So it's visually, it's very similar. Oh no, Twimmy just got here. That's okay, Twimmy. It'll be up for you to watch as soon as this is over. Chris Johnson says, have fun, guys. See you in a week.
Yay!
Thoughts on Spelljammer? I love Spelljammer. I have a video on my channel about Spelljammer if you're interested in watching it, Smokey. I think if you just do a search on my channel for Spelljammer, you'll see that video where I talk about how I run it. There's actually... Barker can see it. The Spelljammer box set is right up there. It's next to Dark Sun. It's black and blue. And it has a Spelljammer logo. Yeah, right up there. That's my shrine.
Dude, that is
to classic.
Oh, that is beautiful.
Yeah, those are all my box sets and my AD&D books, and I have 3rd edition up there.
Jack, I saw Coheed and Cambria live one time.
I like Coheed and Cambria.
Read the comics.
I forgot they had comics.
They're all based on. Every album is based on.
Crazy to me when I realized that Coheed and Cambria is like a whole universe that the guy created.
Everything's a concept album.
Yeah. That's just crazy to me. It's wonderful. The fact that they were as popular as they were, based on the fact that they were writing sci-fi concept albums, is kind of insane to me.
That is really cool.
Any Mecha Hack supplements or art in the works? I forgot who it was that made the art, but I remember in the stream, he said he was super excited to do more. Yeah, that's Hank from Runehammer. He did all the art for Mecha Hack. I'm definitely going to do some more Mecha Hack stuff. We were actually just talking about that today, about what we would do. Like, the obvious thing to do would be more chassis and pilot archetypes, but I think I'd be more interested in doing like adventure ideas, maybe even writing like a Mecha Hack, like a book of like short Mecha Hack adventures for like running one shots and stuff like that. So you'll definitely see some more Mecha Hack stuff at some point. Only caught the end, but after the day I've had at work, it was so nice to chill out. I'm glad you were here, man. Ooh, did you guys watch The Raid? Yes. The Raid and The Raid 2 are both really good. You should watch The Raid. I think we're gonna watch The Sixth Day at some point while you're here.
Yeah, it's the movie.
Yeah, it's that Arnold Schwarzenegger clone movie that's not very good, but I love it.
That's this year's Predator. 2 years ago. 2 years ago or 3 now?
2 years ago.
2 years ago. Matt showed me Predator for the first time.
Yes,
and
that's one of my favorite memories.
It was really cool.
I'm sitting there watching you watch Predator for the first time.
It's like an hour and a half long reaction video. Basically.
Yes, exactly. It's like when you have kids and Christmas becomes about them. That was for me. It was like Predator. It was all about watching you watch Predator. Yep. So I wasn't actually watching Predator.
No, you're not.
Just watching you watch
your camera.
Okay, here's a good last question. What sci-fi series are you into? We both really like Star Wars.
But series? Oh, okay, Star Wars, we can count it. Oh, books.
Oh, books. Okay. Maybe if I read the other comment, I would see that.
It just appeared.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't there before.
Okay, so books. I love the Expanse series of books.
Cool.
Which is also a really good TV show.
I was going to say that for TV show, that's a really good one.
Mm-hmm.
I like Philip K. Dick a lot for old school sci-fi. Scanner Darkly.
Scanner Darkly.
Great movie too.
Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep?
Yes. Yep. Great movie too.
Yep. Little film you might be familiar with called Blade Runner.
Blade Runner.
What other sci-fi books do I like?
Dune. You like Dune? Dune
is my favorite. How did you remember Dune and I didn't? Dune is maybe my favorite book of all time. The original Dune. I need to read it. I was like, I'm gonna Audible this. I'm gonna audiobook it. Yeah.
And it was impossible for me because there's so many created words and just different things. I need the physical version in front of me.
Dune is to sci-fi what Lord of the Rings is to fantasy. And I legitimately believe that.
Cool.
I feel like it set the stage for the next like 30 years of sci-fi and also like established this world that is just so complex and deep that you can't possibly absorb it.
Is there a way to make a good movie?
Maybe. The guy who made Blade Runner 2049 is working on a Dune movie right now.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And I'm really excited about it.
Yeah,
because Blade Runner 2049 was like my favorite movie last year.
I think that is probably the best movie of the year.
Yeah. And I think if you were going to pick a guy,
of like the decade.
Yeah, if you were going to pick a guy to make a Dune movie, I feel like the guy who did Blade Runner 2049 could do it because he told this really complex, like human story without getting to
showed didn't tell.
He showed it.
He created it. He did what we would want to do with the Mad Max.
Yes, he did what we wanted to do with the Mad Max.
With the Mad Max.
What are you doing, the Mad Max? We're the co-directors of the Mad Max. The new one. It's called Mad Max Ice Age.
I run the books for the Mad Max, and let me tell you what, it ain't cheap. These chases that we get into, they ain't cheap.
You got to go get cars, crash them.
Oh my gosh, the car repairs alone.
It's so expensive.
They're so expensive.
We have a collision center on retainer for the cars that we're wrecking.
The attorney fees are pretty through the roof as well.
I have an idea to save some money for this Mad Max movie.
Okay.
What if we just film a demolition derby and kind of cut it together? We use a green screen, put Tom Hardy in there, and he's in the middle of the derby like, what's going on? I'm Mad Max.
I know a bunch of guys who do demolition derby. It's basically just a bunch of Lincoln Town cars backing into each other.
Perfect.
That's perfect. I think people will buy it.
Okay, so we call it Mad Max Demolition Derby. So people know what they're getting into.
Part 3.
Part 3.
And then that'll, in the future, we'll be like, oh, let's come back.
Oh, do prequels.
Yeah.
Demolition Derby Part 1 and 2.
Prequels always, people always love prequels. Doesn't matter what it is.
How the Lincoln Town cars got there.
Yeah.
Just let them drive it.
Yeah, exactly. There's never been a bad prequel.
All right. We're going to cut it here, guys. Mad Max, Mad Rex says, what you looking at? I think that's what it should be called.
Mad Max, Mad Rex.
I like it. Thank you, everyone, for stopping by and watching us talking about everything except RPGs.
Yeah, that was great.
We just talked about movies and stuff for a little while, and that was great. So there's going to be more streams and photos and all kinds of stuff coming from our get-togethers. We're meeting Nate tonight from WST20, like I said. And right now we're going to go stand in front of a fan for a little bit because it's really hot. So thanks for putting up with the technical difficulties, everyone. We'll get them sorted out, and we will chat with you all next time. All right, take care, everybody. Happy gaming all. Double tap. Peace. I did it.